What the f was that?
Sounded like a little baby doll.
Okay, you want to play games? We investigate the Bellaire House, and here's my sacrifice.
It was a full apparition of a man.
We investigate Rolling Hills Asylum. This place is a nightmare.
They make people see things.
She's trying to communicate somehow.
There she is. There she is.
Another demon house.
Another demon house. I gotta say, it does look as imposing in person as it does online.
You gonna make it?
Well, we'll see. I have a pocket Bible with me this time.
Well, that's good.
I didn't bring any holy water.
Are you concerned maybe you've gotten a little soft?
Once you hear what this place is, you're gonna see why I'm so scared of this joint. But I'm gonna keep this with me. I'm gonna keep this Bible here, back pocket at all times. If I need it, I'll use it. You, since you don't believe, you probably don't even need this, but if you want to use it later, you can do so.
I don't need shit. There you go.
This week on BuzzFeed Unsolved, we investigate the Bellaire House in Bellaire, Ohio, as part of our ongoing investigation into the question, are ghosts real? As many viewers of this show know, I will only do one demonic investigation per season, so here's my sacrifice for this particular season.
You sound brave, but your wide eyes betray you.
It's the beginning of the night. I'm doing a good job of concealing how I truly feel right now. Also, for the first time since the Sally House, we will attempt to sleep in a demonic location.
A little demon slumber party.
I think this is a shot at redemption for me, and I'm not gonna wimp out. I'm gonna stay here all night. I'm gonna sleep where I have to sleep, and I'm gonna come out a big boy.
You're gonna grow. He's gonna be a big boy.
I'm gonna be a big boy now.
Even if something horrifying happens.
Yeah, my hands are sweating.
Built in the early 1900s, supposedly by a coal miner named Jacob Hetherington, the Bellaire House, from the outside, looks like any ordinary home. Hetherington opened several mines over the years, and some claim that one of his coal mines sits under this house. Hetherington would pass away in 1904, and eventually, the house was said to have been passed to his granddaughter Lyde. In 1947, Lyde would die of a heart attack, reportedly in the living room of the Bellaire House. Her brother Edwin was apparently so distraught that he contacted mediums to try and reconnect with his dead sister. It's said that Edwin's attempts to connect may have opened portals within the home.
Right now we're in the seance room. I mean, this was the room we were telling the story in, so. Yeah. This is said to be the place where Edwin would reach out to his dead sister Lyde. And speaking of Lyde, she is said to have died right here of a heart attack.
Unfortunate.
Yes. So, I think we could sit down here and do a classic seance. We'll light a candle and we'll reach out like Edwin would have done back in the day. Is there anybody here with us right now? We're calling out to Edwin, or Edwin specifically, or any of the Hetherington family.
Is this all we do for a seance? Just light a candle, that's it?
I'm not sure how. I've conducted an official seance. I'm just doing essentially an EVP session with a candle on.
Yeah, I was gonna say. There's probably some sort of decorum, right?
Do you want me to look it up, the decorum? Decide on who you will be summoning. Let's go for Edwin. Right now we are trying to summon Edwin. And or Lyde.
Lyde. A happy place for her as she...
Okay, you don't...
We're directly over where she...
I know, but you don't need to bring that memory back up. Odds are maybe she doesn't know she's dead. Set the table. Place 3 candles or a number divisible by 3 in the center, and place an offering of food in the center as well.
1 is divisible by 3. Just you get a third.
So you get a fraction.
0.33333.
Sure, we'll call it that. We don't have any food, but...
I got some gum.
Oh yeah, put a little
Where'd my gum go?
Gather everyone around the table and hold hands to create a circle.
Well, I gotta put this down.
All right.
Does it have to be around? It doesn't have to be around the candle. No, I'm just mean.
Oh, like this? Oh,
yeah.
I see. Okay. Spirits of... Did you see
Oh,
it?
sorry. Spirits of the past, move among us. Be guided by the light of this world and visit upon us. If you are with...
No, that's not in quotes. That's out of the quotes.
Rest of it. Cool.
Yeah, that's
Baller.
it. We gotta wait for a response now. Your hands are clammy.
Yours are clammy.
Okay, I think we could drop hands now. I'm just gonna make that.
Very sweaty.
Yours were sweaty. Edwin lied. We're here in the house, we're friends. We're not here to hurt you, we just want to talk to you. So if you're here right now, feel free to say anything, make your presence known, you could move something.
Am I off-putting to you guys? I don't often respect a lot of you.
Do you not like his vibe? I wouldn't blame you. Is anybody here with us right now? Could you blow this candle out? Okay, I think we're okay. I mean, I'm fine. We're downstairs. The more we move up, the more
That's true.
I'll get uneasy.
That was me. That was my breath.
Jesus Christ.
Edwin would pass away himself in 1962, and after that, ownership of the house passed from owner to owner. Families that lived there only did so momentarily after strange activity in the house prompted them to leave. Eventually, the home sat abandoned. During this time, neighbors would claim to see activity within the seemingly vacant home, such as people moving about, peering out of the home's windows. Other than the deaths in the house, nobody knows why this seemingly normal home is ripe with activity. Some point to the notion that the house allegedly sits on a ley line, which are unseen lines connecting important physical/spiritual markers for ancient cultures. Other people point to the fact that the land beneath the house sits adjacent to what the current owner claims are Native American burial caves. And finally, there's the possibility that past coal mine accidents contribute to the unrest. Either way, something is not right at the Bellaire House. Perhaps that's why it sat abandoned until Kristen Lee. After her previous home had been destroyed by flash floods, Kristen Lee understandably thought her luck had changed when she managed to buy the beautiful Bellaire home at a foreclosure sale for reportedly only $46,000. In 2005, Kristen Lee and her family moved into the Bellaire House, marveling at what was seemingly a steal. Soon after moving in, it became apparent why the house was abandoned. Lee would hear voices, things would disappear mysteriously, and she would hear footsteps in the attic. One night, while napping on the living room couch, Kristen claims she woke to a man standing in her living room. Terrified, Kristen watched as the man walked away and vanished before her eyes. Quote, "I was not sure if I was dreaming or had actually seen a ghost. I looked around the room and everything was in its place. However, the room was freezing cold. I saw my breath." End quote.
What was odd about him was I could see straight through him, and I could see through the foyer too, and he had a flat affect. There was no emotion, or there was nothing on his face. It was just very flat.
And to that point, had weird things been happening leading up to that, or was that the first encounter?
For me, it was the first encounter because we were homeless. We were affected by 2 flash floods. So in my mind, I thought, this is probably because we're working too hard, we're adjusting to the house. So I kind of just let it go off to the side in the back of my mind. And that's where we left it. But it was very unexplainable at that point in time. And then later on, down the line, years later, I finally understood that I wasn't just hired. We weren't just adjusting to the house, that it was a ghost. It was a full apparition of a man.
So this is the living room. This is where Kristen was asleep on the couch, where she encountered the gray man, the apparition in here that disappeared as he walked out. Did you hear that?
It sounded like a little baby doll.
Disappeared as he walked out. As he walked out.
You heard that, right?
Yeah,
Little,
I got chills. What the was that?
like a little. Right?
Is that you? Who was that? Could you do that again? I hate this. this house already. Shut up.
Kind of like that?
Hetherington family, I'm Ryan, that's Shane. We're here in your house. We hear you're all very nice people. And we also hear that you have somebody in this house or something that may not be as nice. And maybe we could help you with that. So if you want to talk to us about it right now, if you want to say anything, just let us know. You could say something, you could move something. I heard it again. Is that you? Who is that?
I heard nothing. Did you hear something?
Footsteps up there. No, listen!
Footsteps up there.
Yeah, you go ahead and explain it away.
At first, Kristen blamed stress and says of that time, quote, "I thought I was just tired and questioned my sanity. I never believed in the paranormal because I'm a trained forensic mental health professional, as well as a master level psychologist. I blamed psychology until there was no more psychological reasoning," end quote.
What do you think about, because she was skeptical at first, as most people would be, or some people would be. You would probably be skeptical at first. She blamed it on stress of the move. She didn't really believe what she was seeing. I mean, I feel like that checks your box of like the first thing you would do. That's admirable.
It does, yeah. That's good, I trust her.
But the thing is, like, once that happens and then another experience happens that you can't explain away, then you could see when you...
Starting to stack up.
And that's when it becomes like frustrating, because then it's like...
It's tough with these things because I don't necessarily believe in it, but, listening to her story, she tells it with such conviction. I don't not believe her. I don't not believe that she experienced these things.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just don't believe the...
Ghosts?
Yeah.
There's a part of your brain that you can't, there's a hurdle you can't jump over, that you literally cannot get over this one thing.
Yes, there is a moat that separates fact from fiction in my brain.
And you have your very heart set in what your definition of fact is. As do I.
Yeah, provable things.
Okay. Alrighty then. All right, moving.
I mean, that's...
Yeah, okay, I mean, I have my beliefs, you have your beliefs.
Yeah,
we'll just leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that.
Hey, that's the show, right?
That's the show!
Yeah.
And though Kristen tried to ignore the signs, the encounters continued to escalate and get more violent in nature. The breaking point for Kristen was an incident involving her dog, Bella.
Where was the point when you decided this is what it is, it's actually a ghost, what I saw was actually what I saw?
Well, this part is very supernatural. This is something that I still can't explain today. And I was upstairs. We had moved around so many different times, bedroom to bedroom. We were in the back bedroom. It was just my dog, Bella, and I, and everybody had gone out that night. And I felt like paralysis, it really did. So of course I blamed psychology again. That's what I always blamed. And I couldn't move. And there was this dense, dark mass that was just floating toward me. And then it finally lifted Bella up, because she was barking viciously again. She was on top of me. Her claws were going inside of my rib cage to where it actually hurt, and she was on top of me, and I actually felt her breath in my face. And she lifted her up, and it just slammed her up against the wall. And the... Yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean to...
Yeah, I'm gonna punch you in
I'm
the face.
sort of... I'm not laughing at it. I'm
Right.
sort of... that's a crazy story.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Welcome to the Bellaire House.
Sorry, I laughed at you.
This is just what he does. This is where the infamous dog incident happened. So she was sleeping right here. She said her dog was next to her. Something came in the room. She felt paralyzed, similar to sleep paralysis, but then dog levitates and right into that wall. It's this window right here, seems where the ley line hits. So we're conceivably standing on the portal. She said her dog was often unnerved by shit that is on this room. So.
A lot of scratches.
Big dog.
You know how sick that is to throw a dog across a room like that?
Yeah, you gotta be a real piece of shit. I don't know what kind of door is in here, or what perhaps threw that dog that one night, but whatever it is it here right now? Is there anything passing by right now? Just follow our voice. We just want to talk. We're just, we're just two guys looking to make some conversation.
Just a couple of dreamers.
I'm gonna fire up the spirit box.
Okay.
Is there anything in this room with us? What was that? Is there anything in this room with us? What was that? Who's here with us right now? Who is in this house?
Is it one of the Hetheringtons?
Or is it something else? Is there anybody else? Anybody here that was here before this house was built?
Spaghetti? Tell us your name. Apple Tater?
Last chance. Who is in this house?
That just sounded like a wailing.
Waiting. Yeah, me too, bud.
Lee had to rent another apartment because she found the house unlivable and unsafe. However, Lee was still owner of the Bellaire House, and consequently, she made attempts to rent out the house. Unfortunately, her attempts were ultimately unsuccessful, as those who rented from her would move in and subsequently leave due to fear of the home. Lee claims she even reached the point where she offered to sell the house to the village for the sum of $1, which was refused. One article states that locals were wise to the unsafe nature of the home.
You're seeing where the frustration's starting to mount as all these measures are taken to be rid of this place.
Yeah.
And it just, for whatever reason, it's like latched on like a parasite.
It's a curse.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, I've read a lot of these stories. I haven't seen anything like this where someone is making so much concerted effort to get rid of something and they just can't seem to, it's like the worst version of a bad penny.
It's like the house itself is an entity.
What are you doing? What?
I don't know.
Why are you rubbing your hands together?
Right? It's like the house itself is sort of
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
an entity.
I'm just saying, regardless of whether or not you believe, it's easy to empathize with the situation, or sympathize, I should say. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool, you reached an agreement there.
we did.
Good. Should we high five or something, or? Hell yeah. Didn't feel right.
It was wrong.
Yeah.
Not good.
This would lead to the revelation of turning the house into a destination for paranormal investigators, which would save the house and perhaps lead to the answer that all who are interested in the paranormal strive to answer. Are ghosts real? But as promised in the intro, we're not here just for ghosts. We're also here to confront something that may not be human at all, which leads us to Emily Davis, the name Lee gave to the house's child spirit, a small girl. Upon research, an Emily may have existed in connection with the house, but it's by no means definitive. However, based on our past experience in the Sally house, I learned that many times, demons or non-human entities will present themselves as something less formidable to trick those that encounter them. Sometimes, that can include appearing as a child. Emily is said to have made contact most often in the attic, and it's no surprise that the attic is where Lee feels the strongest sense of oppression.
We're gonna go up to the attic later. We're gonna see what's up there.
Great, all right. Let's find ourselves a Emily lady.
I hope not. Emily Lee. Jesus Christ.
Little pigtail demon. Are these demons? Are they big, like, hellish ghouls with just a little blonde wig on? Is that what we're talking about?
No, I think they could accurately make themselves manifest in a form of a little child.
Yeah.
Like, I've said this to you before, they're not gonna come out with the horns right away because no one's gonna be like, oh, I wanna be friends with that thing. But if you see a little girl throwing a ball to you, like, yeah, I'll play catch for a little bit.
It's just weird
you
that
know?
is it like a character creator in The Sims? Like they pick out a little pink frilly dress and they're like, I don't like that one. Maybe some overalls.
No, that's not. So, final phase.
The attic.
Yeah, I mean, it's the one I've been dreading the most.
Yeah, well,
One thing to note,
Yeah.
there was a lock on the outside of the door.
always very fun. I guess you do that in case a wily raccoon gets in there, right? You know what? At some point tonight, I'm gonna lock you in here.
Don't do it.
Ooh, this is a big attic.
It's said that you feel really oppressive energy up there.
However, Emily is not the sole resident of the attic. According to Kristen, a boy fell to his death from a window in the attic, but Kristen believes the boy may have been pushed. By who? Nobody can say for sure, but Kristen seems to suggest that the entity referring to itself as Emily may be responsible.
Apparently there was a servant named Gary who had a son that went right out this window, an event that almost repeated itself 3 times.
Yeah, how many people are going through windows in this house? I guess I'm just realizing now that that seems to happen to many people.
I mean, it kind of tells you what kind of thing is up here, but it's not so much that it's dragging them from another part of the room. They just, people who don't know the history of the house seem to just be drawn to this window, almost in a trance-like state. Also, I hear Emily likes to play piano.
If you're a demon, walk through that door. Walk through whatever portal you have to get into this room, because we are 2 willing individuals.
Don't include me in that.
Huh? Yeah.
You can walk in the room, just don't go inside me, you know? By the way, if we hear that go off while we're sleeping, I'm gonna lose my
Yeah, you're gonna poop your pants.
Brace yourself. Wow, that was a loud one. So if anyone wants to say anything, now is the time to do so. Who's up here? Emily, if you're here, say something.
Emily, is that you?
What did it sound like?
Emily!
If you're trying to make us go to sleep and feel safe so you can start with us when we're asleep, pretty uncool. Turning it off. I can't believe after all you've done, you're not gonna show yourself right now. You're not gonna say anything. Not even show us you're here, just make a little knocking noise. One of these. We hear you walking around up here. All right, we'll be back. And I'm coming with my bed.
Gonna turn this into my rumpus room.
Unfortunately, we now enter the final phase of our investigation, sleeping in the house.
So, getting ready for the night. Shane's all mummified. We also have Emily's little piano. Let's try and get some sleep.
Yeah, it sounds like a good idea.
I am kind of hungry though.
I have some goldfish. You just brushed your teeth. It's pointless.
What if we ordered a pizza though? How's it going?
You got that?
I got this. Let's sign this right here. So it's, oh shit, what's that total?
Thank you so much.
Thank you, have a good one. That does look pretty good.
That
actually.
does look very good. Some chunky dough. Jesus, you're tearing through that.
It's good.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're gonna go to sleep now, so whatever's up here, hopefully you don't with us. Do know that there is a camera right over there,
So, sure, you're welcome
you're welcome to try.
f around with the boys, but please know this, once you do, the whole world's gonna know.
Alrighty. Oh, another overnight in the books.
Yeah!
Time to pack up. Get the out of here.
Do you believe me now when I say that maybe we're both demon-proof?
We're not demon proof.
I think we might be.
I think we caught a demon in a slumber.
It's been a lovely stay in this quiet, uneventful house.
Well, demon,
Oh, he's getting cocky.
you thought you had me in your clutches,
Aha!
but not today, demon. Not
Yeah,
today.
that's good.
I'm done with this place. Deuces, demon. I'm mobile.
The house is cleansed. Yeah, get that.
That
door?
wasn't
Yeah,
as triumphant as I
not
like.
cool.
Take a last look at it. You're never gonna see it again.
After spending the night at the Bellaire House, our sense of what resides there is no clearer than before, but the house's history of scaring away residents, including Kristen Lee, is enough to approach the house with caution. Is there actually a demon infesting a home full of spirits? No one can say for certain. And for now, whether or not the Bellaire House is definitively haunted will remain unsolved.
Hello and welcome to another edition of BuzzFeed Unsolved Postmortem, a show where we answer your most pressing questions about the most recent episode of BuzzFeed Unsolved, which was the Bellaire House. All the questions we're answering today came from you guys via our BuzzFeed Unsolved Facebook page and our BuzzFeed Unsolved Instagram page.
Yep.
And as you can see,
Oh, aren't you? I do love that shirt.
pretty good.
I got a funny shirt too, but I forgot to wear it. Yeah, you know, I'll wear it next week.
This was given to us by a fan, a very great fan named Simone.
All the way from the Czech Republic.
It's really was something. There's like a bunch of notes in here. They're all great.
It's a thumb drive.
And it's a picture of the hot dog
It's
on
got
it.
a little Pam on there.
It's cool packaging peanuts. Who doesn't
Oh, and
like
you can,
those?
these are actually edible, I think.
Yeah, put it on your mouth. And then she gave us this amazing book. And basically, it's just a book full of notes from all of you guys compiled across the internet.
This is like
It was actually a very,
Berenstain Bears level quality of a book.
genuinely, this was a very, very nice gift. I appreciate it. And I appreciate all you guys out there, so.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
She even has an old Tumblr post from me. I forgot I had a Tumblr.
What does it say in there?
It says, Seth has assassinated my social life, the price you pay for being a film student, but it will all be worth it someday, hopefully. And she referenced
You were
that.
incorrect. It will all be unsolved someday. So today we're going to answer some questions.
That's what the show is every time.
Yeah. Here's from That One Girl 2612. Do you think the demon possessed Ryan to order the pizza? It did sound pretty hungry, talking about spaghetti and apple taters. Hashtag Shaniacs. Now let's get to the hot dog.
I don't think the demon possessed me to get to order pizza. I'd like to order pizza at all times.
It sounds like you almost always have a little demon in your tummy anyway, because he's always growling at us.
I mean, your tummy makes a lot of weird noises too. Now we truly do sound like an old married couple.
Let's clarify that apple taters are not a real thing.
Yeah, those sound like a real thing.
I'd eat an apple tater.
I would eat an apple tater, so someone maybe get on that. Maybe like, who would do that? Who's the people, the Pillsbury Doughboy people? What's the name of their company?
Pillsbury.
That's right.
That's
This is from Facebook. Maggie Duhigg. I'm really confused because they said it had the most compelling spirit box evidence, but the only thing they really got from the spirit box was the word spaghetti. She's forgetting apple tater.
and apple tater.
Anybody here that was here before this house was built?
Spaghetti? Tell us your name.
Apple tater.
Apple tater?
Here's my thoughts on that. It looks pretty silly, but that is a portal room that's under a ley line.
Yeah.
It's possible that there is a trickster spirit, maybe like a poltergeisty kind of spirit,
Sure.
messing with us.
Yeah.
Oh, you want some facts? Spaghetti.
Spaghetti. Apple tater. This is a big week because we got spaghetti and apple tater. If we can get some confetti, maybe a We Did It banner, because we got the evidence that we've been looking for. We got ghosts. Ghosts are real.
right.
Spaghetti and apple tater, the first ghosts ever caught by human beings.
Well, let's go to the next question off
Oh,
that.
I can't wait. Emily Seatvet. Cool name. Hey, Spooky Boys, it's me, Emily. Hi, Emily. I would like to comment. You're welcome to. When y'all did the spirit box in the attic, it sounded a heck of a lot like the entity was saying, "Who's Emily?" implying that either Emily is really a ghost whose name was not Emily and who doesn't know she is dead, or Emily is a demon who is trying to mess with y'all. Either way, it's spooky. Thoughts? Hashtag Bogara.
We gotta look at the clip. Emily, if you're here, say something. Say something. Say something. That house is a place where a lot of things pass through. So it could be that was just a random thing passing through, going, who the hell is Emily?
Oh, because it was
Yeah.
it was a ghost railroad.
Yeah,
essentially.
it's a ghost pit stop. See, once again, these are one of those things where like, it could sound like that, but I think it would be irresponsible to caption it that because I'm not really sure if that's what it said.
And again, that attitude is commendable. Let me say that. I do want to reach across the aisle,
Yeah, that's good.
and
It's good
say,
to every now and
I
then.
respect your discretion.
That felt genuine for the first time, so I'm gonna take that, yes.
It was.
Yeah, I will reach my hand also across the aisle and we could
And
Now it goes back. Now it goes back.
And that's it. Then we're back across the aisle because I am a skeptic.
And now I'm gonna put Purell on my hands.
This guy's nuts.
And wipe my hands.
Yeah, whatever.
Of his weird science germs. Stacia Jors, I swear the female voice that came out of the spirit box at 2118 said, please help me. This is right after.
That's the same thing.
No, that's right
What?
here.
You know,
Sounds kind of like please help me. Could be please Emily, please help me. I don't know. I mean, I could see either.
I think if there's debate over it, then
I think it sounds like please help me. I thought that when I was listening to it, but I knew if I put please help me on there,
You'd get some.
you and all the Shaniacs would be like, no, you're leading us. You're leading the witness.
proud of you guys. McLexis? Pancakes with sweet and sour sauce? I recommend.
I don't. That sounds gross. That sounds like an apple tater.
I'm gonna put this out there. Maybe it's not a good thing to put out there. I think pancakes kind of stink.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
I don't give a shit.
That's a foolish thing to say.
I eat one pancake, I'm tired of it. A mouthful of mush. Get it out of there. You know what? Waffles? You get that crisp. You still get the mush, but you also get the crisp. And 9 times out of 10, same batter.
How many waffles are you eating?
As many as I can.
That's weird.
I don't care. Waffles kick ass.
You shouldn't judge a food solely on the
mouthfeel?
No, you shouldn't judge.
I should.
You shouldn't judge food on the fact that you eat inhuman proportions.
No.
You eat inhuman proportions.
I'm not eating inhuman proportions.
No,
I'm eating 2 or 3 waffles tops.
That's a lot of waffles.
Small ones.
Okay, see that
Small
you
ones,
didn't disclose that.
Well, now I'm telling
I was
you.
picturing like an adult big boy
No,
waffle.
not a big boy
Not
waffle.
a little fucking Eggo.
I'm eating a little Eggo. Or if I'm eating a big waffle, I'm only eating one.
That's not a waffle.
It is a waffle.
That's
it's on
not
the
a
box, you dipshit.
Yeah, it's an Eggo. It's not even. It's like saying
Eggo waffle.
Is a Big Mac a burger to you?
Yes.
A Big Mac to me is McDonald's. It's not really a burger.
But by definition, it is a burger.
I guess.
I don't care if you have some snooty little well, that's
It's
not
almost
a
like, you know,
burger.
when they say like.
You know what's a burger is In-N-Out.
In-N-Out is a burger.
No,
That's a real
a burger. Can we get back to the ghosts, Ryan, for once?
Waffles are better. I think
Yes.
waffles are better, but pancakes are still good. Doesn't mean I have to, it's not mutually exclusive.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Sally Regentine, here's a theory for the postmortem. Y'all never pick my questions for the postmortem because my name is Sally and Ryan is obviously still scarred from the Sally house.
He is.
Hashtag BuzzFeed solved. I am still scarred,
he is.
but I answered your question, so.
Yeah, what do you think
Solve
about
that
that, Sally?
You got served!
He got you.
Yeah! Yeah, all right.
No, more. More. Get her more.
No, I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
enough.
yeah.
That's enough. That's
Come
enough.
on.
No, that's good. No, that's enough. She gets it. She gets it.
I don't think she does.
I think she gets it. You get it.
He got you. Cat of letters. Unless it's an Irish cat of letters?
No, I think it's cat of letters.
Okay. Not sure if this has been asked before, but have you guys considered doing control tests of the spirit box just to see if you get similar results in areas with no reported paranormal activity? It might give you a better idea as to the box's validity. That's a good
And I have
idea. Okay, well, can we film it, please? My concern, Kat, is that even if we do that in controlled areas, Ryan's just gonna say, well, there's ghosts here.
I think there.
Get my papa on the phone.
I think there's no.
We got ghouls. We got a level 5 ghoul.
I think there's no place that doesn't have spirits in it too. That's also true.
Yes,
will say that.
I know you do fall back on that.
Well, it's true.
Back to Facebook, the real from Devin Murray.
Oh, Devin Murray. The real supernatural happening is that when they're looking for food for the seance, Shane says he only has gum. Then a few hours later, he has goldfish. Where did the goldfish come from? Dun dun dun.
I forgot about my goldfish.
That's a food that 1 handful is enough. 2 handfuls, your mouth starts to get all chalky and dry.
It's a nice measure.
In the end, you have all the shit that you have to kind of like fish out with your finger at the back. That's not fun.
Fish out.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's a pun.
I know.
Oh, you gotta play it a little bit cool. Even if you're just talking, you give a little wink while you're talking. Otherwise, you know, I didn't know you were going for a pun.
Hey, I don't do it.
Frankly, I don't think you were.
I was.
So you just gotta go, you know, you gotta fish it out in the back. Just see that? Just a gentle wink. Just give it a try.
I'm bad at winking.
Are you?
You gotta fish it out. See,
Yeah, perfect!
no, see, I don't like that. See, I don't.
No,
like,
that was good.
I don't
You
like
got
the
it.
act
You
of
got it.
winking.
You
The act
gotta-
of winking makes me feel
No,
weird.
it's not natural for anybody, but eventually you just start working into your daily life and it's smooth as butter.
And then you're creepy.
Nah. Creepy? I don't know about that. From Emily,
I don't think it's meant to be said out loud. Maybe.
Emiloidy.
Okay.
Shane, what do you think your reaction would be if you guys ever got anything that you considered to be actual evidence of a ghost/demon? Would you be scared or laughing at Ryan Bergara's inevitable breakdown? #Shaniac by day, #Bugara by night. Sally House is a pretty good representation of that. It's not evidence that I found compelling because it was just a light turning on and off after a half hour. But, you know, I laughed. And Ryan, you were losing your mind when that happened.
Yeah, I think if you saw a ghost though, like an actual ghost, like a ghost walked in front of you and then just disappeared before your eyes, I do think that would kind of ruin your brain because it would break your sense of reality for a second.
People have to understand. I'm a skeptic, but that just means that I want this to be proven more than anything. I'd love for my reality to be broken a little bit, just a little tear in it.
I don't know what you'd do. I think you would just start shaking.
Maybe
you'd fall over like an ironing board.
I'd fall over, I'd sit up, I'd turn to you and say, I am like you now.
I was wrong the whole time.
What would you, if I was murdered by a ghost, what would your reaction be?
I'd probably be very sad, and then I would have to...
You'd be doing this post-mortem alone, like, yes, so Shane's dead.
Shane's dead, I guess that would suck. I mean, I don't know what I would do in that. I guess the show's over, obviously.
No, you'd go looking for my ghost then.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's fun.
Yeah, I don't know, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I'd be thinking about the show if you died, so that's...
If you died, I'd be thinking about that show.
Okay, well, that's fine. Good moral compass, man. Maria Chalklin, this is from Facebook. One thing that could make or break the paralysis story. Did the dog show any signs that it had been thrown against a wall? Because I call myself a Bugara, but if the dog was fine, I'm calling sleep paralysis, not demons, boys. She's asking about the validity of the dog story. And I can say that the dog did, well, I mean, we didn't see the dog.
We did not.
But she did say the dog walked with a limp the rest of it. I think the dog is still alive, but the dog walked with a limp after. The dog's leg was ruined. Oh, don't you dare say it!
I'm saying she did say that.
It lifted her up and it just slammed her up against the wall. And the...
Sorry, I don't mean to...
I'm gonna punch you in
I'm
the face.
sort of... I'm not gonna say anything else.
I'm gonna punch you in the face.
sort of... Nikki Wade from Facebook. I think the reason you guys might struggle to get much evidence is because you are only there for about 8 hours overnight. Like people who have moved into the house, nothing happened straight away. They lived there for a short time before things started happening. Maybe you guys should try a weekend stay somewhere and see if that gets you more activity. Once the ghosts/demons realize you aren't leaving, they will be more compelled to try to get rid of you. Just a thought. Love your work, guys.
For us to go to a place for that short of time and then see something incredible would be like catching lightning in a bottle, because a lot of these stories, people live there for months before something happens. You know, a lot of shows don't spend that much time there. They go there for a little bit of time and they come out with some evidence, and I don't know what that's about, but
Could be a little phony.
The odds are always stacked against you when it comes to paranormal investigation, unless you are spending a shitload of time at that place. I think obviously if we did stay a weekend somewhere, we probably would get more, but I ain't gonna do it, so.
That's a lot of goldfish.
That does it for this episode of BuzzFeed Unsolved Postmortem. Make sure you watch the episode this Friday and send your questions in to the BuzzFeed Unsolved Facebook page and the BuzzFeed Unsolved Instagram page, and maybe you'll be on the next Postmortem.
What do we got coming up this week?
Ooh, this week is, I think it's up there with Waverly in terms of visually haunting places.
Maybe the scariest so far in the season.
The setting is just so comically horrific.
Yes, it's imposing.
Yes, it is.
Be a good one. Our weekly Q&A concluded. I now welcome you to the part of the show we call the Hot Dogga, a hot dog saga commissioned by and starring Ryan Stephen Bergara, written by me and adored by every single viewer. And if you don't like it, you can kiss my buns. In the subterranean caverns of the alien planet Tomod Zero, a holographic core named Maisie sits confined in a Pluppel prison cell. To her side, the tiny ghost of a hot dog witch named Pam. Okay, look, before you get into whatever thing you're all about now, I have to tell you, I'm not a big fan. That's fair. You conjured me from nothing. That's true. As part of some pawn in your, I don't know, plot? Or just your stupid disaster of a life? And yet, you bestowed a life of memories into my holographic brain. Didn't need to do that, by the way. That's cruel. You understand that? I know. And you even let me know love. True love. Completely unnecessary. It was a bad move. Only to drop my wife's ass into an actual volcano. Hell yeah. Nope, you better shut up there, witch. I'm sorry. And for what? Some petty bullshit that I'm not even a part of. I don't know you, hot dog, and I didn't ask to exist. In fact, I was very content not being. But now, thanks to you, a-hole, I do exist. I feel, I suffer, and I get pissed about stuff like, being stuck in a prison on a planet full of very dumb blue things and their drooling Humpty Dumpty ass king. Or my crewmates, the soup and my spectacular Grammy-winning brother-in-law probably being dead as hell in the jungle somewhere. And while we're on the subject, it's worth noting that I'd probably happily die myself, except, oops, I'm in love with a dead, wonderful French fries, and I'm gonna do everything I can to travel back in time to save her ass by, I guess, killing you. Why are you little? Well, plop, plop. From the corridor, the call of Joblet the elder plupple echoes. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, that smells like magic. Look, I'm sorry about doing you dirty. I'm a nasty old hot dog witch and you don't trust me. I get it. Plus, I'm little now, and that's probably very confusing. Yeah, why are you There's no time. Here comes Joblet. Hoo-dee-too, la-ra-la-roo. Shit or get off the pot, hot dog witch. I'm about to get carried off and eaten by a big-ass plupple. What the hell is a plupple? It's like a peach, but dumb as hell. Oh, isn't it very nice to enter a room? Oh, well, great. You're officially worthless to me, witch. That's not fair, but I am going to disappear right now. Pam, pam, kazam! Pam disappears with a poof, just as Joblet the elder plupple enters. Good for nothing, witch. I said, your eyebrows are very thick. Oh, thank you. Yes, I love them. Anyway, the venerable Dr. Gundus is feeling much saner now, and he requests your audience in his throne room. Perhaps a few parting words before the trial by combat. Fine. Also, bit of an update for you. Your crewmates survived the crash. Oh, great. But then they were attacked by a pack of feral plupples in the jungle and perished. What? No, Mike, Jean, they couldn't have. I don't believe you. Well, always trust a plupple. Always trust a plupple. Anyway, off we go to see the venerable Dr. Gundus. Plop, plop, hoo-la-ra! What does the venerable Dr. Gundus have in store for our holographic hero? How will Maisie press on in the wake of the death of her crewmates? Why is Pam little? Find out next time on the Hot Dogga, and just fade to a screen for a moment for a brief contemplation of the off-screen deaths of Captain Mike Soup and Jean, the greatest character ever written, now laid to rest on the planet of the Plupples.
Oh, he's dead now?
Yeah.
Well, I actually am glad I have this shirt, Simone, so thank you for that, because it did give me strength through that.
Jean. Sweet Jean.
Who gives a shit? Well, here it is, in all its glory. Rolling Hills Asylum.
Looks about right.
I mean, yeah, this is par for the course, right?
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of evidence come out of this place, so.
You check this out on the boards?
I've been trolling the boards. Come on, man. Come on. This is a nightmare. This place is a nightmare. So this is the infirmary. Old hospital hall. There should be a plaque around here somewhere. Oh boy. Shane, I don't like this game you're playing right now. You know I have a thermal cam, right? I could see where you're hiding. Okay. Right now we're just kind of going stream of consciousness. I'm not sure what much of these rooms are. Oh, fuck me. There's just some shit moving in there. Oh my god. Is there anybody here with us right now? Who's down here with us right now? We're a little lost. What's that?
It's windy.
Why is it that? Please turn your light on, Shane.
No.
Turn your light on. I need to see what's over there. This week on BuzzFeed Unsolved, we investigate Rolling Hills Asylum as part of our ongoing investigation into the question, are ghosts real? Just one quick glance at this place and you could kind of see where my mental state is gonna be in a bit here. Just another weekend for the boys, I guess. What is wrong with you? What is this? You are in a very weird mood right now.
You gotta understand, this is my season of sort of respecting ghosts.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Since this is our first investigation when it comes to ghosts this season, Shane has now said that he's going to respect the ghosts. I expect that to last 2 minutes.
I just,
tops.
a lot of people give me feedback sometimes and they say you gotta be kinder to the ghosts. And for the record, I am usually very kind to them.
Oh, are you? Here's what's gonna happen. I'll give you a play-by-play of what's actually going to happen. We're gonna go into a room, we're gonna do an EVP investigation. It's gonna be silent for about 2 minutes. You're gonna get bored, you're gonna go, fuck it. Hey, come rip my head off. You're gonna say something like that, something really witty and stupid, right? That's how it's gonna happen. Guaranteed.
We'll see.
Having existed for nearly 2 centuries, the massive 53,000 square foot Rolling Hills Asylum officially opened on January 1st, 1827. Rolling Hills Asylum was originally called the Genesee County Poor Farm and was one of the many poorhouses scattered around the US. Poorhouses were government-run facilities to support and house the needy. In the beginning, Rolling Hills played home to orphans, families, mentally ill, elderly, physically disabled, criminals, and vagrants.
I just didn't know poorhouses were a real thing.
They were big across the US. There was these things called the poor laws, where this kind of sounds messed up, but basically the government would determine which people deserved financial aid, and for the people that didn't deserve or were deemed undeserving, they would be put in these poorhouses, and that was the long list of people.
A lot of downtrodden folks.
Yeah, sometimes they didn't really know what to do with people, so they just threw them in a building,
It's better than a pit, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
Bill wasn't.
Better than a pit, shame a day 2018. Put that on a sweatshirt.
I was trying to be empathetic.
What pit were you imagining, by the way? You were imagining the pit that Lando Calrissian almost fell into in Star Wars?
You're talking Sarlacc pits.
The Sarlacc pits, I had teeth.
A roof over your head is better than being eaten by a large toothy monster.
A spirit often seen is the ghost of a former nurse named Emma. It's said that most spirits at Rolling Hills are helpful and often appear when you call out for help. Emma is often seen in her room, so perhaps this tactic will lure her into view.
So right now we're approaching Nurse Emma's room. This is, she's apparently German, so maybe you could exercise some of that 4 years of German you learned in high school.
I was in class for 4 years, but I really didn't learn very much.
That shows what kind of student you were.
Not very good.
It's
Nice room.
It's very windy outside.
Yeah, just let's pause for a moment and listen to the wind because it's almost nightmarish. That's some horror movie.
Pretty windy. It's pretty windy in here. She was also known to be very dedicated to her job, so maybe if we call out for help, oh my, that is very windy. If we call out for help, she may come out.
Okay. There's.
I know.
Okay.
I know. It's. That wind is. This is almost unbearably horrific. Nurse Emma, can you help me? I'm having trouble finding my room. We came all the way down here to see you, so if you have anything you'd like to say to us, please say so now.
Speak louder than the wind, if you can.
Let her speak.
Sorry, respect.
Someone just whisper.
I'm gonna sort of put a kibosh on whispers for this one because we have the wind.
I mean, I heard a whisper that sounded different than.
Yeah. Ich heiße Shane.
Is that all you know how to say? 4 years of German, you could only say my name is Shane. Could you ask her how long she's worked here in German?
No.
Why even bring up you know German if you don't
Here.
know German?
Here. Senf.
What does that mean?
Mustard.
So actually right next door to Emma's room, here's Steve's room. And this guy, not as friendly as Emma, said to be
Bit of a curmudgeon.
not a very nice man. Jesus. Hello, Steve. My name's Ryan, that's Shane.
Hi, Steve.
So Steve, I have a device here. This may help you speak to us. We're just gonna ask you some questions, and if you wanna talk to us, you could talk to us. All right. Let's go to 200. All right. We're back, baby. All right, Steve. Can you, I'm Ryan, that's Shane. Could you say our names back to us, Steve? You know me, I need multiple words.
Yeah, it takes a lot to scare you. Steve, anything to say to your boys here? We come here just willing to be open. You're an actor?
Sure sounds like he's their doctor to me.
I feel like maybe not.
Why is that?
It just sounds like you're an actor.
Well, you did just
You're
say,
an actor.
It did sound like you said, is there an actor? Are you an actor?
You understand I'm humoring you.
In 1887, the Genesee County Board of Supervisors decided that people, quote, suffering with acute insanity, end quote, should be housed in another location within the state. The county home spanned 200 acres and had a self-sufficient farm where able-bodied people were required to work. Residents would also do upkeep chores for the asylum, such as cleaning and baking. Before closing in 1974, the asylum served as a nursing home. There are over 1,700 documented deaths within these walls, and the current owner, Sharon Coyle, suspects that there could be 3 times as many deaths because documentation by previous owners was spotty. Horrifically, a good portion of these people were buried in graves that still have yet to be located. According to Rolling Hills Asylum's website, quote, an actual cemetery register or plot map has yet to be discovered.
Is that bad?
Yeah, that's bad. You just put like right, Shane was here. You wouldn't want that? You know, a lot of cultures feel like there's a lot of life after death.
What, so if you die and someone doesn't put a little headstone on your grave, God comes down to earth, he's like, well, I was gonna take an angel up there, but I don't know where that...
No, that's not what I'm saying, you jackass. What I'm saying is, I don't know why God sounds like that, by the way.
It sounds like Hank Hill.
Yeah. I'm saying that a lot of cultures, life is after death because then your family members come visit you and do, practices that keep you alive. Haven't you seen Coco? All right, so right now we're on the top floor. We're heading down to the infirmary on the 2nd floor. I'm using thermal right now, so I'm trying to pick up some heat signatures. Oh, I don't like the way this room feels at all.
It's fairly well insulated. It smells.
Is there anybody here with us right now? We're about to leave. We're going downstairs pretty quick here. I don't see anything on thermal.
What about in these little places?
There's a piano there. Would you like to play that? What? A little doll. Very good, very good.
Hello.
Who is the screaming lady? I've heard interesting things about her.
Not quite sure. There's a theory, but we really don't know who she is. Some people think it might be Phoebe White, who was the first resident who ever moved in here when she was a little girl, when it was the poorhouse. And she lived about 56 years here. She's trying to communicate somehow, and she's so frustrated, she just screams.
Fucking horrifying. That is an artist's rendition of the screaming lady.
Not a fan of this lady, are you?
I mean, it's what nightmares are made of. Look at it. So right now we're in the chapel.
Yep.
That right there, if you look up there, that's a static camera. It's a night vision camera, so if any of these things move, we'll see it, and it will trigger the motion alarm. I could show you what that sounds like. It's gonna be loud.
Ghoul alert.
If we go 1 floor up and we hear that, then we know we caught something on the static cam. That's just one other fail-safe. So if we hear the alarm and we see something move on the camera itself, we caught a ghoul, my friend.
Our audio recorder left in the chapel picked up these strange noises over time.
It could be 1,000 things.
I figured
before
you'd think
it.
it's.
And,
I figured you'd think it's.
and
planned.
you tend to go, well, here's 1,000 things it could likely be. Put a big X over those, even though they're very logical. There's no way it could possibly be the building settling or a creek somewhere.
A creek that sounds like a moan. Hey, I think it may be those things, but I also think it may be the screaming lady who's known to make noises of pain throughout
What's
the
more
building.
likely?
I think they're equally likely.
Do you think they're equally likely? something that has never been proven
I think
or
ghosts.
observed.
I think ghosts have been proven and observed several times.
Next to the chapel is a recreation room full of folding chairs that are said to move on their own. Is this sound one of those chairs?
I mean, I'm gonna say that could very likely just be a door opening or a wind moving something. It's a very busy building. You remember how loud that building was that night? So
but
many creaks.
That does not sound like just a little creak. Doesn't sound like a door opening. That sounds like
I mean, I
something
feel
being
like if you
dragged.
played 10 different sounds for someone and said, which one sounds like a little creak? They'd probably say, oh, that one. It sounds like a little creak.
No, I think if we put 10 sounds that were all creaks and said which one of these sounds like a chair moving, that would sound like that's a chair moving.
One of the most prominent figures in the asylum is the spirit of a man named Roy Krause. Roy is both prominent due to his frequent activity, but also because of his massive size, as Roy Krause was almost 7.5 feet tall.
Whoa!
It's pretty big. I don't have to do the low-hanging fruit joke here, so I'm not going to.
No,
but
you couldn't reach it if you tried.
that's good.
Fortunately, Roy is said to be a favorite apparition due to his friendly nature. This also includes the building owner, Sharon.
Just been here a couple of months, and I walked in the building with a handyman and trying to make a plan for the day. And I walk around the corner, and I thought there was a kitten on the floor. I'm like, how the hell did a kitten get in the building? And I realized, oh my God, no, it's a rat. And it scurries off in front of me, and I'm like, I'm freaking out. Oh my God, there's a rat in the building. So we go upstairs, right above us actually, where the infirmary is. And sure enough, on the floor there was blood in the shape of a rat. Like you could see the tail and the arms and the legs. And on the wall right behind it, there were footprints, huge giant footprints, like someone had kicked the hell out of the wall. And then there was like handprints with blood on it. And it's still up there, I can show it to you.
And so you think
I think Roy killed the rat
just to help.
because I was freaking out about a rat.
Okay, so right now we're on the infirmary. Up here is where the rat story happened. You could actually see remnants of the handprint right here.
I mean, rats just die a lot.
And as you can see, you can see at one point that was a pretty big handprint. There's a little bit, I guess, of a mark of where the rat was found. I guess Roy's way of saying Roy was here. So right here, this is Roy's room. Oh boy. If you see the wallpaper border around, that's actually 7.5 feet. And
That's
you're
a
part
tall guy.
squatch.
That's a guy so tall that I'd be scared.
You could see what an actual bed that would be fit for you would feel like. That way you wouldn't have
This
to
is a
hang
bed
your-
for an 8-foot tall person?
Yeah. Oh, it's kind of wooden.
It's very wooden.
Look at all the room you have for those long limbs.
That's pretty good.
Actually, not much room.
Well, okay, no, there's plenty
There's
of room.
actually, that looks like it fits you just right.
No, there's a lot of room in here. You ever listen to the radio, Roy? Well, this is kind of like that, but it'll make you want to shove a pencil in your ear.
You know what it is, I think? It's not... I sure can't stay. But it's a girl voice.
Yeah, it sure was.
Just say our names back, or if you want, can you tell us your name if this isn't Roy actually in here? Cold winter. I agree. Roy, I heard you like listening to opera music. So I have some opera tracks with me, and I'll play them. And even if you're not in this room, we're gonna walk around the hall. So if you want to come walk around with us, maybe say hi to us, you could do so. But I'll play some music for you now because I know you'd like that. How about it, Roy? I enjoy it. Shall we?
Yeah.
No, we're not dancing. I meant like
Oh,
sleep.
no, I know.
Anybody want to come out?
It's Christmas time.
This is a male vocal opera song, so maybe you want to sing along. Let's walk down the terrifying red hallway. You hear, Roy? Anybody here that wants to show themselves? Listen to the nice music? This is for everybody, not just for Roy.
Come on, Roy.
the basement, there is a room referred to as the Christmas Room. During its time in operation, Rolling Hills was home to many children, and supposedly, there was a room where children would go to meet Santa during the holidays. To this day, this room still has Christmas decorations. It's said that toys will allegedly move by themselves in the Christmas Room.
So right now we are in the basement of the East Wing, and down here is the Christmas Room.
This looks like happy things. There's a little Santa. Well, look at that happy boy in
what
the
is it
window.
with Christmas decorations that look so menacing when it's, when they're by themselves? Nutcrackers always creep me out too. We could set up our little test here to see if something will move. We actually have a little device with us here today. This dog is quite useful because it measures static energy around it, so I'll show you what I mean.
This looks very scientific.
Well, I'll put it on music mode. Okay, so basically what it does is it measures the static electricity, so when I get close to it, it turns on.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically all there is to it. So, what we're gonna do, since this is the Christmas Room, this is where a lot of children played, we're gonna ask them to pet the dog.
Oh, that's fun.
All right, so if there's anybody in here, you wanna pet our dog?
Would you like to pet our pretty dog?
He's very nice, he doesn't bite. I'm gonna pet the dog. See? He likes it. He plays music for you. If that turns on, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. It's pretty good, right?
That's pretty good.
It's for the kids.
You're right.
What do you think? What's your favorite holiday? If you're in here, I'm guessing you like Christmas, right? You like Santa Claus?
Oh, it's me. The man with the bag. Pet the dog.
Jesus Christ. We're here just to have fun. We're not here to hurt you. We can't have fun with you if you don't let us know you're here. So if you want to just move something in this room or show us which toy you want to play with. But our dog is really nice if you want to pet him. Yeah, better yet, maybe you don't want to pet the dog. I kind of like it. Maybe you could keep your hands off the dog.
Against the rules.
It'd be really uncool if you pet our dog.
I'll kill you if you touch my dog.
Okay, too far.
Don't pet the dog.
Let's back it down. Let's back it up a little bit. Well, we're gonna leave our dog here actually. So when we leave, if you just don't wanna play with the dog because we're here, you could go ahead and touch the dog as soon as we leave, no problem.
Before leaving the room, we set up a static cam to watch the dog.
I think something was either poking it on the nose or it was petting it, and because ghosts maybe don't have, I don't know, as much, basically what the dog is, it has an energy field around it, like a static energy field around it. And if you break that field, it'll set the dog off. Maybe ghosts don't have enough to make it go crazy, but they have enough to make it, blip.
All of the Bugaras, all the believers, they're going to say, this is pretty compelling.
I think it is pretty compelling.
All the people who really believe in science will recognize pseudoscience and understand that there is zero correlation between this shitty thing that has nothing to do with this lack of... There's nothing there. You understand there's no connection. You're saying you're forcing this fake science into the world.
It's not fake science.
It is.
It's an energy field that we tested the device when we were there. It worked when we put our hand into it. It didn't work when we were away from it. We were sitting next to it for about 20 minutes. Nothing happened. We leave. It happens.
Perhaps the most active area is known as Shadow Hallway, a hallway leading toward the infirmary, where shadow people are often seen. In one room of the hallway is what Sharon believes is a portal or vortex in the asylum. The shadow people, quote, could look like you and I, solid. They can be light gray, medium gray, dark gray, or pitch black. They could be normal human-shaped or amorphous shapes. They come in and out of doorways, walk across the hall. Sometimes they'll poke an arm or a leg out. Sometimes they crawl on the floor, and that can be creepy. especially if you're sitting on the floor during an investigation and one is coming at you, because you can actually see the shadow moving toward you, end quote. To finish this off, we'll investigate this hallway individually and perform a spirit box session in the vortex.
This is a shadow hallway. Be on the lookout for shadow people as you look down into the blue light. You'll see it at the end of the hallway. Then you're gonna end in the vortex room. You don't like the spirit box, so you're not gonna do that, so I'm gonna do the spirit box. That's just simply how it is.
Thank you for allowing me to not do the spirit box. Here I go, embarking on my journey into the dark.
He's probably commenting on the decor, you know, making silly little jokes, having a blast. But my mind's gonna descend into darkness when I go up there.
Any dolls like to talk to me? Miss? Ma'am? What are you doing back there? You think I didn't see you? Nah.
This is for science. I'm about to shine my truth beams all down this hallway. If I see one of you, just know that I'll have footage of a ghost. So here I am, walking down Shadow Hallway. So we got some rooms. So if you're here, Roy, what the fuck was that? Okay. Don't lose it, Ryan, don't lose it. Now I'm gonna go. Oh, Jesus.
He seemed brave walking up there, but he did have that sort of glassy look in his eyes that he gets.
I'm gonna just stand in one of these rooms and just bask in the silence, as Shane says. That's a huge bed. Holy fuck, okay. Anybody here right now? I'm giving you the floor. I think that was the wind, but it sure sounded like a voice. That's good for there. Oh, this is the vortex room. Going in. Oh, people report feeling uneasy in here. Some people can't even walk in here because it's just so thick. This is said to be a portal, and Shane said he asked Satan to come here, so that's fun. Thanks for that, fucking Shane. This is a spirit box. This will help me speak to you. I'm very scared right now, I'm sorry. Are you scared too? A little? Roy, are you here right now? No? Then who is it? No one. Huh. Okay, you want to play games? Sure.
That's your time.
Woohoo! Oh boy. Oh, thank you, fucking God. Get me the fuck out of here. I did it. I did it. I did it.
Hey, you lived. You didn't get eaten by a ghost.
Yeah, I did it.
You look rattled.
Yeah,
What
well,
happened in there?
Just, talking to things. Did you get anything out of it?
Nope, got nothing.
That's about par for the course. Well, goodbye to whatever up there. Sayonara. The boys are out.
With its decades of history and numerous inhabitants, it's not far-fetched to think that some people remain. Did a spirit actually trigger our motion-detecting dog? Perhaps. But regardless, whether or not Rolling Hills Asylum is definitively haunted will remain unsolved.
Hello and welcome to another edition of BuzzFeed Unsolved Postmortem, a show where we answer your most pressing questions about the most recent episode of BuzzFeed Unsolved, which was Rolling Hills Asylum. All the questions we're answering today came from you guys via our BuzzFeed Unsolved Facebook page and our BuzzFeed Unsolved Instagram page. As you can see, he's back.
Big thanks to Curly for filling in. Glad to be back.
Yeah, that makes one of us.
I mean, we're friends, Ryan. You don't have to pretend like you hate me.
I wish I was pretending. This comes from Facebook. Devin Wilson, will the static dog feature in more episodes? It's pretty compelling evidence. Also, he needs a name. Maybe Buzz the dog that proves Shane wrong about ghosts. Is that the full name?
That doesn't roll off the tongue.
We set up a static cam to watch the dog.
Yeah, we don't use the dog again because that was something that was offered by the location, and frankly, even if we did, it wouldn't convince this guy.
And it's baloney, it's pseudoscience.
Okay.
You know?
The dog uses an electromagnetic field around it. I think I said static electricity around it in the episode. There's an electric field around the dog, and then when you manipulate that field and you enter it, God damn it.
Grahamtown, here's from Ayo Izzy. There was probably a bug on that dog. That place seemed like it would have some bugs. Also, are we all sure it wasn't just a psychopath trespasser murdering a rat and leaving it as a present for whomever came by next? Because my cat used to do that all the time. Hashtag Shaniac, hashtag Grammy for the hot dogga. I guess it could be a bug. That didn't even occur to me. That's very, very possible, right?
Well,
very possible.
It would have to be
A bug.
It would have to be a bug that was sitting there for a long time, over and over again, just hopping up and down. Because
Or a fly.
this doesn't come off in the video, but that disturbance was happening randomly for about 20 minutes. So a bug just. I don't even know if a fly could disturb that field.
If they can ship that dog back out to Los Angeles, I'd love to run some tests on it.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I guess that the impetus is on them now.
As for the rat,
Yeah, I mean the rat's a bit of a reach. A little bit of a reach.
wow, respectable that you would, yeah. Anytime someone is pointing at a thing that a human could easily do.
Yeah. So I mean, the rat could be just some, vagrant sneaking in, or like, maybe it could just be the rat died.
Or some top shelf baloney.
From Elena Heinisch. Shane, your German is adorable. I compiled a few important phrases for you to know. You know what? I'm gonna let you read the rest of this one.
The boys are here. Die Jungs sind hier. Hello, demons. It's me, your boy.
Oh my God.
Hallo, Dämonen. Ich bin es, euer Junge.
Is that actually correct pronunciation?
That's probably close, yeah. I mean,
You did take.
I know how to read it.
Well, you can't say I know how to read it like I assumed that. You couldn't even say anything
I
but
took
mustard.
4 years of German.
And all
I
you
did
know how to
something
say
about mustard.
You
Senf.
said mustard. That was it. You said mustard. You didn't say anything about mustard. You just said mustard.
Senf.
What does that mean?
Mustard. Well, thank you.
That's something that someone learns when they're visiting the country for the first time, and they pop open the German to English dictionary and they go, I need that mustard.
Senf. That's all I need to know if I go to Germany. Senf. Back to Grahamtown. P. Moreno 15. Why does Ryan always want to see or communicate with a spirit, but then, as he is leaving, cusses and taunts the spirit as he leaves?
I'm done with this. And if you're in here, Matthew, you can go fuck yourself.
Fuck yeah, get the fuck out of here. See you later, peace. Let's get the fuck out of here. Boo, 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 boo. I guess he wouldn't respond to that, would he? He doesn't even know his name is Mothman.
People always accuse me of being disrespectful, but I get the feeling that maybe it's you.
Now, normally, these episodes end with us investigating the biggest, baddest ghoul in the whole.
The BBG.
I'm usually communicating with this ghoul, and then they are not the best, either as a person when they were alive, or they're a demon. By the time it's over, I'm glad I never have to see them again, so therefore I will let out any emotion I have.
Oh boy, thank you fucking God, get me the fuck out of here. I did it.
It's bad to keep things bottled up,
That's true.
Yeah.
Yell at ghosts.
All right, moving on to Facebook. Kelly Rojas, Ryan, you asked the ghost guy if he wanted to play a game. He said sure, then you bounced, leaving him there waiting for a game. So sad. It makes Rolling Hills even more depressing. How could you? LOL, heartbroken.
Roy, are you here right now? No? Then who is it? No one. Huh. Okay, you want to play games? Sure.
That's your time.
I got the sense that whatever was talking to me wasn't exactly the nicest, if it in fact was a human.
Why did you even ask then?
I didn't ask.
Oh.
I said, oh, you want to play games? Kind of like a.
Oh, getting fancy.
Yeah. and
Getting
you-
cocky. You
No.
want to play a fucking game?
Let's fucking play.
Yeah.
And then you said, let's go. And I was like, sweet, good out for me to get out of here because I don't want to play a game with whatever this is.
Yeah.
A dangerous game. Not the most dangerous, perhaps.
That is man.
That is man.
Grahamtown. Alyssa LJ? What's the difference between a spirit, a ghost, and a poltergeist? Hashtag Bugara. She's asking for some terminology clarification from you.
A spirit and a ghost refers to something that was once living that is now dead.
Correct.
And that would be a human entity.
Yeah.
Poltergeist activity is usually like attributed to things moving on their own,
Yeah.
lights turning off, I guess tricky, I suppose, but that could be a ghost or that could be a demon. Haven't you seen the movie Poltergeist?
It's one of my favorite films.
Isn't there like a demon in that?
They make people see things. They're just tricksters in that movie.
That seems more demonic to me.
Anyway, there you go. There's some classification for you. Read up on them. Watch Poltergeist every day, like you should.
Yeah, that'll be really good for your mental.
The movie whips ass.
It does whip ass. Also, Infinity War, right? Wow.
It's good. It's taut.
Don't think it needs a plug.
Go support these fledgling movies that need your dollars. You know what? None of our movie talk ever makes it into these episodes, but I dare the editor to include this.
Yeah, I think it's
Movie
important.
Corner. It's
Yeah.
a new thing.
We could have like a good minute.
Yeah. Put a little fucking graphic up, play some fun music.
Yeah.
Wow, that was fun, and now it's over.
And that's when I will accept an animated character like a popcorn guy.
Oh,
That's the only time.
okay.
Patty Golka, can you include longer conversations with the EVP right after you get an answer instead of following it up with more questions? You guys cut to the next part of the video and it's a very irritating cliffhanger. I love the EVP, and when Ryan actually got a conversation going in the portal room, Shane just had to interrupt and cut it short. Sad face emoji followed by another sad face. Please do more EVP.
Yeah, when that did happen, I turned to Ryan and I said, you know what's really gonna piss off Patty Golka? Check this out.
If we provided an uncut version of this show, by the end of it, there'd be maybe one person watching.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a long time and we aren't getting responses, we're not gonna include that, obviously.
Yeah.
And that's just honest.
You know, we give you the razzle dazzle.
No, we just give you the evidence.
We give you the razzle dazzle. Here's from another obscure account. Shane, my dude, were you doing well when you filmed this episode? You were rather quiet, ghost respect aside. Love y'all. P.S. Your dancing to the opera music was amazing. Was I quiet in this episode?
He ain't quiet the rest of the season, I'll tell you that.
I didn't want to like go in and be like, oh, fuck you guys. Oh, you were real tall? Eat shit.
Yeah, you don't want to insult a fellow giant man. Next one comes from Mika_.chin. And there's gonna be a time when the spirit box says, quote, hey, it's me, how you doing? I'm a ghost, hit me up, end quote. And Shane is gonna say, nope.
If we ever hear that phrase, I will, hand to God, believe in ghosts.
This week's episode, it is, I think we can disclose, it is a demon episode. Probably one of the more fun episodes we've ever done.
And the spirit box evidence, I've teased this, I teased it before the season on Twitter. It is significant.
In terms of our canon, there is spirit box before this episode and there's spirit box after.
It's certainly a challenge to me. I'm really gonna have a lot to grapple with on the next postmortem.
That does it for this episode. Make sure you watch the episode this Friday and send in your questions to the various accounts, the BuzzFeed Unsolved Facebook page and the BuzzFeed Unsolved Instagram page, and maybe you'll be featured on the next postmortem. That's that.
That's that. And now we're back, baby.
No, we're not.
Our weekly Q&A concluded. I now welcome you to the part of the show we call the Hot Dog, a hot dog saga commissioned by and starring Ryan Steven Bergara, written by Dickens, I mean me, and adored by every single viewer. And if you don't like it, y'all can kiss my buns. Previously, en route to procure a Bernoulli converter and travel back in time to save their friends, the crew of the starship Minestrone crash-landed on Tomat Zero, planet of the gentle Plupple. Thrown far from the crash, Maisie was apprehended by the Plupples, and after pleading with Joblet, the elder Plupple, and the venerable Dr. Gundis, she was tossed into a subterranean prison where she awaits trial by combat. Meanwhile, the starship Minestrone sits silently in the wilds of Tomat Zero, looking a bit worse for wear, but still in one piece. From the bush, a Plupple. Plop! Worm! Big one for us! And once more, from the bush, a Plupple.
Yes. Wow, wow, wow. Yes, good. Big one for us. Big one. Hello.
As the Plupples climb about the starship, the Minestrone's computer system lumbers to life. Greetings. I am the starship Minestrone.
No. Big one talks.
I'm kinda messed up, but I await your orders, Captain.
Big one.
Wait, who the hell are you? Where's Captain Mike Soup?
I am Mike Soup. Hoo, I am Mike Soup.
Both Plupples explode. What the fuck was that?
Whoa! Clean up on aisle, weird alien planet.
Holy shit, that's funny, Gene. Is that from something?
It's terrible.
From the inside of the ship, a beautiful French fries and a very reliable can of soup emerge. It's Gene and Mike. Captain, good to see you're alive. And Gene too. Seriously, was that clean up on aisle weird alien planet bit from something?
Nope, I just said it.
Well, in any case, like any soup worth its salt, we've got to assess our circumstances here. Minestrone, my wonderful starship who I actually love like a wife. Systems check. I love you too, Captain. Systems are fine despite those chilly pirates roughing us up. I gotta take a nap or something, though. Sleep, my darling spaceship. Baller, powering down. Gene.
Yes, Captain.
Any sign of Maisie in the immediate vicinity?
No corn here. She's tough as turkey jerky, though, and doesn't have any internal organs, so she likely survived the descent.
Excellent analysis. And why is that winged, sexy blue peach about to attack us? From the sky, a screeching, a horrifying winged Plupple bares its teeth, its talons poised to attack.
Boo! I can't die! I'm beloved!
Suddenly, a hooded figure pounces from the brush and gestures to the sky beast.
Bah!
Shana, Choco-2. The hooded figure holds out an offering, and the winged creature, appeased, swoops down to grab it and flies off. Almost got yourself into some hot water there, guys. Wow. Who are you, hooded sphere?
Jesus Christ, is this a fucking Chris Walken character?
Hey there, my name's Garce. I'm a Plupple.
Oh, I'm Gene, and that's Mike. We've got a whole story.
Do you have control of the sky beasts, Garce? No, I just paid him to leave. Long story, but I won a contest and now I'm on the money, so I get as much of it as I want. Here, have some Plupple bucks.
Whoa, thanks. Well, question, what the hell's going on?
Oh, okay,
question.
yeah. Hey, so I heard you talking about Maisie. Wait, you know Maisie? Oh, for sure, yeah. Last I saw her, she fell down a pit and, that stinks. But hey, I got a hunch I know where she is. Happy to take you guys there.
Soup?
Best shot we've got, I suppose. Lead the way, Plupple, but if you do anything dumb, I will kill you with my hat. Will Gene and Mike find Maisie? Will Maisie face trial by combat under the orders of Dr. Gundis? Will the crew of the starship Minestrone procure the Bernoulli converter they need to travel back in time and save their friends? Why is Pam little? Find out this season on the Hot Dogga Escape from the Planet of the Plupples.
It's really hard for me to describe just how sad I am.